Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today I am in the Focke-Wulf 190 D-13 German Premium 5.3 plane that I usually do not really like. But we have a new plane to research, so all the reason to, get it out there for a spin and try it out. I played a few battles before in various different premiums to try them out, how they behave. And yeah, again, thanks to the Allied team for my previous success. Now there is Hans, and Hans has an air start on this map, which is Air Battle France. So, as usual, German-French holidays. Yeah? Okay, bad jokes, you know they are for free on this channel. Overall, this is our first impressions on the map, and the match itself is funny. But here you can see the beautiful mini-map, and this is what I wanted to point out. I like the map design. It's a new map, and while it's not an optimal map and a few things could be of course improved, but this is the first impressions. But there is a big contrast to some other reskinned copy-paste ground unit placements of the reskinned air RB maps, tank RB maps, sorry about this. And this map seems to be new. And what do I like about it? Well, first of all, equal ground units on both sides. So both sides have ground units that move, so tanks, and they also have stationary units like pillboxes. So that's good for both sides. On other aerialistic maps that I just spoke of, we have just only tanks on one side and relatively easy to destroy pillboxes on the other side. So that's a first big plus. Also, they are distributed on a wider range. It's not a very close frame of combat zone where then the ground attackers have to go. Together with the map design, where you have river valleys, where you have some hills and some valleys overall, ground attackers that understand how the spotting mechanics work can sneak through and just can then get at least a few kills without getting instantly spotted and instantly getting jumped on by enemy planes that just want to get an easy frag or two. So that is big thumbs up. By the way, how do those spotting mechanics work? The lower you are, the lesser the range is at which distance you get red boxed. And it's a difference if you only have to spot the dot, or if you have to spot the dot and only just fly in the raw direction of a red box without having too much skill. So the lower you are, the closer an enemy plane has to get this red box on you. And also if you are below an enemy plane, that is the very same even at higher altitudes. If you are high up, you get spotted from further distance. So this is kind of a game mechanic that you have to understand. The lower you fly to the ground units, the better. Although it also depends on spot the dot through the clouds and so forth. So I think I made some videos about it in the past explaining it. And again, here you can see the distribution of the ground units. I like that. So it's stretched out, and that is a big plus. That's exactly what I spoke of in some of my recent videos about it. And furthermore, we have two airfields. Now there are some other maps where we have two airfields, but those are two equal airfields as far as I can make it out, and not just a main airfield with a big runway and an emergency frontline airfield. So it's something different, something that I have to look on, and in conjunction with that, 4 bombing points. At higher tiers this is relatively unusual, but I think at lower battle ratings this might be the case. So first head on with the F4U, we get a critical hit in, and we try to avoid his frantic 20mm rampage. Brigands also head on, thank you very much, and another satisfied customer. So that is good. So the next thing is, overall, that also leads to the actual fighting space being more efficient. You have more time to climb, and this was very predictable, sir. The thing is, it just plays out differently. But again, it's the very first time that I am on this map, and it's very first impressions. So it could turn out that this map turns out very garbage, but the first impressions are actually a thumbs up from me. This map gets a thumbs up from me in the direction of Gaijin. This is a very good first step in bringing some improvements overall to RRB without having there the necessity of a revolution or a complete overhaul of the system. Just use what's already in there in the game and rearrange it in a very nice way. By the way, the only way that this player could have screwed up was to go into a rolling scissors, and that's what he did. So he actually turned into my guns. Thank you very much, sir. Allied team serving me well today. So the rest of the match is also very comical. And I mean, I also love the look of the map. So it's not this brown overall look that Sicily has, and it's not just a plain flat ground. It has some river valleys and some other stuff that just brings a mixture to everything, and it's a good change. So I wanted to make this video. It's the first actual match that I saw something new in the game, and I immediately like it. Let's see if it's the same with helicopters, with the other high tier tanks, and with the new helicopters modes. I'm very interested how they play out and how the stock grind is, and many other things I'm also interested in. So why do I fly this plane? Well, I wanted to get into grips with it again, and I wanted to how to say it? Yeah, well, actually research the ME163B0 that I'm actually somewhat interested in. So again, here a defensive flying versus this Corsair, and again the only way that he could actually screw it up would be by going into a rolling scissors, and you can see how heavy the Focke-Wulf is. Yes, I'm not at very high speeds, but still the difference to other fighters and the difficulty to actually get hits on other planes. I've flown my Corsairs and my P-47s, also my Spitfires. They just, in the precision movement, so not in the full turn, they even behave there so much superior than, or so much better, and feel so much more superior, rather, that's the correct term, compared to, yeah, the Focke-Wulfs that just seem to be, that feel so really restricted. And while the overall stats, and just to really get here back into a little bit, very opportunistic Italian fighter here. Yeah, historically accurate, I guess. So I think they feel just so much more restricted. You have to fight the plane, and oh my god, that is a Seafire. So a bit of defensive flying and a little bit of a little trick. I show him a little trick that I learned. That's my Allied pilot. It's the I've watched now this scene multiple times. I don't know how you can screw that up. Let's count that as a kill. So just only 80 rounds left. I cannot escape here this P-47M, and I get a hit in, but I was very lucky to survive here this 50 cal barrage. But he also was very lucky to survive here the 20mm hit, and the Do 335 that had then a very clean line of shooting him actually got the kill on the P-47M. So I wanted to fly back to the airfield, and the plane kept barely in the air, but it doesn't really matter because hostile team has lost all of its vehicles. That is really nice, and that actually gives me a very nice battle of which you saw just the full length. So yeah, 3 kills, 1 assist. It's a decent match, I'd say. Let's have a look at the results, because I think it's been a while since I showed a battle where I researched anything in RRB. So let's see how it goes. Without any booster, any wages, any orders, we got 85,000 silver lines and 14,000 vehicle research points. We also completed here battle task, and we get for it a booster, 150% silver lines, and yeah, that's a big chunk out of the research ripped from the ME163B0. So, first impressions on this map. I think this is a very good step into the right direction of improving RRB. It's not any sort of dark magic or sorcery or witchcraft. It's just rearranging a little bit of the stuff that's already in RRB, and that's always what I was asking for. So let me know how you think this map. As usual, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.